BJ Beats.
Children of Israel, God's chosen people, like Hispanic and Native American, according to the prophecies in this book, in the Bible. You know what I mean? And that's what we're saying. So even when he was telling you about the so-called Jewish people, those are not the actual people. They are not the chosen people, right? We go into this book. Can you get on Revelation 2, now real fast? I think it's about 2. So my thing is, even if we are the true Jews, what does that do with anything? It's high time for us to wake up out of sleep. We God chosen people, but the reason why we in these conditions is because we didn't obey God the first time. We have to obey him, so when this place gets destroyed, I'm not sure if you're familiar with what's going on in Israel right now and them having that war with Iran, Russia, and Ukraine. Those are all things that are tying into this place being destroyed. This place is going to get dragged into a war, World War III, and at the end of the day, the Bible already prophesied that this land will be destroyed from off the face of the planet.
Salaki, I got an answer for this question though. So you said, what does that have to do with anything, right? So, are you familiar with contracts and how contracts work? Anything, whether it's a marriage or just say a job obligation, right? So you know, if you sign a contract, you say you're going to do this, this, and that. You have an obligation to fulfill it, right? So our people signed a contract with God way back when we were brought out of Egypt, and I can show you this. And they said we were going to do this forever and ever. So until we get it right, we're going to be perpetually in a cursed state. We're going to be at the bottom of society. We're going to be getting killed, robbed, raped, murdered, everything until we fulfill those obligations, or at least until a certain few of us now in this time fulfill it. I'm about to read it to you right now. This is the book of Exodus chapter 24, and I'm going to start at verse 4. And Moses wrote all the words of Yahawah, and rose up early in the morning, and builded an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which burnt offerings, and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. And they said, all that the Lord hath said we will do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord hath made with you concerning all of these words.
So this is that covenant. Now we can show you the stipulations. It's rewards and consequences for us not following this and their agreement, right? So you get Deuteronomy 28 verse 1. I'll show you something, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth.
So this is a reward. If you listen to me and you follow through with our contract, I'm gonna put you above everybody else. Right? We keep going.
What, 15? Or just 2? Or I guess 2. Verse 2, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God.
He's saying all manner of blessings. We're going to be the #1 people. It's going to be just blessings coming our way if we listen. But there's a stipulation that if we don't listen, this is about to happen. And I'm going to ask you a question. If you look around today, would you say our people are blessed or are we cursed? As a whole. In our condition right now. We're not blessed, right? But that's because we didn't follow our agreement with God. Blessed meaning the favor of God on us. We're not gonna be cursed. We're not gonna be under other people. We're gonna have our own land. We're gonna have our own name. We're gonna have our identity. Right? We're not gonna have to go to these people for anything. Like the Most High is going to be dealing with us on a level where just being the #1 people, like we above everybody else. You know, we lending out, we giving it y'all.
Our face on the money, everything. You know what I mean? It'll be black presidents perpetually, it'll be black kings. We have white presidents every year, all type of stuff. They face on the money. You know what I mean? They're the ones we have to go to for jobs. When you go into this grocery store right here in the Imperial, who's in there running it? White people. You go to Foot Locker, who owns Foot Locker? When our women go to the beauty supply, who's in there? There's Asians in there. You go to the gas station, the Arabic is in there. You go anywhere we go, you don't see our people running nothing.
I understand that part. You know, we are behind because of the slavery. I get that part. But this
an excuse. We're not saying an excuse. We're saying the reason behind why we're going through everything we're going through is because we didn't follow our agreement with God. Now, He's blessed us and woken us up to be able to say, we're not black, we're not Hispanic, we're not none of these things that they're calling us. We are the children of God. Now, I'm going to show you the stipulations and the curses of what He said was going to happen to us, and I'm going to ask you who this applies to. And we're just going to go through it, right?
Let's get 15 real quick on the other side. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all His commandments and His statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said if we don't listen, if we don't follow through, we're going to have curses. You know where the term generational curses come from? That comes from the Bible, right? Now, we can give you a couple of them just to see. Let's see who it applies to, right? All right, what you want to start with? Give me 37. Proverb in the Bible. I'm going to start at verse 36. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou hast set over thee, into another nation, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. Even Christianity is a curse. Even wood and stone, the cobblestone, the Muslims, all these are things that we didn't serve. We serve the living God. These are religions that other people serve. This is a curse that our people is going to go off into other things.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
Now let me ask you something. In every nation, there's a byword or a slur against us. Even in China, they call us niggas. You feel me? We all niggas, spics, wetbacks, all these things. This is because of the Bible, right?
Even African American is a byword. The byword is two continents. You can't be from two continents. You know what I mean? Exactly. African American, all this other stuff, just everything they call us. Wetback, like you said, Indian. Yep. Indian is not a good term. That means savage. Nigga, spics, color. We're not called after a country or a land anymore. We're called by bywords, right?
We can do 54. I'm gonna show you something, right? Now would you say us as a people, do we have love for each other? We should, though. We should. But we don't, because I'm gonna show you. Read this out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. So the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
So the brother that'll give you the shirt off his back, right? The brother that will show the utmost love and go the furthest for you. What?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Right. So you walk in that gas station, he looking you up and down like, who the fuck is this nigga? Feel me? Like, this is what we go through, right? Keep going.
Yeah, niggas looking at you because you ain't from this hood, or you go to a different school, this nigga think he is. All that type of stuff, that mug and shit, all that's a curse on our people. We're not supposed to be doing that, but it gets even worse. It said, his eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom.
So domestic violence. That's why we have such a problem with our women. Right? Our men, they not standing up for our women, nor do they care for them. Right? They hit it and then going to the next. And we thinking, our mindset so corrupt, we thinking that's just how it goes. That's not how it's supposed to go. We under curses as a people. Right? And one more. Watch this.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Now, who got the stigma of a single parent household? Your pops went out to get some milk and never came back. They joke about that shit. You feel me? But these are all coming from the Bible. These are the generational curses that we are under because we didn't follow our contract and obligation to God.
What was that contract?
Basically, if we keep the commandments and keep what He's prescribed to us, we're going to be blessed. But if we don't, we're going to be cursed. We're going to be under everybody else, and we're going to be under these curses.
Yeah, and we said we agreed to every word that He said that He gave us. We said we was going to do. And
we signed it in blood.
Yeah,
we signed that in blood. Right? And the Most High, He's faithful. He's going to follow through. Like He said He was going to happen. We knew what was going to happen. If we didn't listen, we knew. He had to follow through.
Yeah, I just want to get a view because, like you said, what is the contract? The contract is all the statutes and commandments that exist. Since the time of, it was before, but that established during the time of Moses, once he led us out of the Red Sea, right? So these are some of the laws and statutes that we were supposed to keep, right? I'm going to grab this. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Exactly. So you're not supposed to hate your brother. You're not supposed to go out here and hate our brother. You're not supposed to suffer sin upon him. So whenever you see your brother sinning, you're supposed to correct him. You're supposed to rebuke him and let him know that you're not supposed to be doing that. Exactly. But that's not happening in the black community, right? Because I'm going to show you this. This is the book verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. This is not found in the black community. And this is why we have once we break these laws and commandments, we end up in Detroit, we end up in Chicago, we end up in the slums, the poverty, right? On Section 8, food stamps, all of these things because we disobey God, right? I'm gonna grab one more, right? Because these are the once you see these things run rapid in the black community, you see why we at. Because we are the part of this covenant. We are the ones who made this covenant with God. We are the ones suffering from these things because we were breaking. Everybody else is doing the same thing we're doing, but they're prospering. That's how we know that we are the chosen people, right? This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, and verse 13. It reads, if a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. But in today's time, we got a whole problem. And who portrays this more than anybody else? The so-called black people, right? Black women swear up and down that they hate sassy men, but they be the main ones friends with the homos. You feel what I'm saying? It's hypocrisy. And that's another thing God hates. So whenever we break these these laws and commandments in the Bible, we become docile, we become foolish, and following after the other nations. And then that's when we become lower and lower, and that's how we realize we have broken the covenant with our God. And I'm gonna get one more. I'm gonna get one more real quick. Let me get this Leviticus. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7. It reads, "And the swine." Oh, you know what swine is, bro? What is swine? You know what I'm talking about, like animal, what it is? Pig, yeah? Watch this. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall you not eat, and their carcass shall you not touch. They are unclean to you. So you know, like you say, they're unclean. But what do black families do, Mexican families, and Indian families do? So they wake up, they cooking some damn pork sausage with the damn pork bacon. You feel what I'm saying? Later, they might have a damn pork chop dinner. Then on the weekend, they might have a damn seafood boil. These are all things we're not supposed to be doing. And once we do it, we are cast out of our land. We are called a proverb, a barber, of astonishment, and all the curses that you see who read